How's it going, everyone? So, I don't know which channel this is going on, but today I'm going to be doing a tutorial for the Wavy Text feature in Premiere Pro. It's something I use for my intros, and I think it really just, if you don't really want to do the whole, how's it going, guys? Like, subscribe, comment, blah, 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 doing this whole extravagant intro, and you just want text, like saying what the video is about, saying like and subscribe. This is, in my opinion, just a really clean way to show, or clean way to do an intro. So personally, I'll show my intro. So I have a background that is from NASA. It's some type of NASA picture. I don't know. I'm going to school for graphic design, so one of our classes, we had to make like concert stuff, like different pieces to a concert. And for like the poster or something, I used a picture from NASA because it's just a really cool looking image. And we had like a little tiny lesson. But one of the things was NASA has types of images that are free to use even without crediting, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, so please look into it if you're really that curious. But I think their images are like just free to use because there's no real entity that owns them. They're kind of just, since they're science-y pictures and stuff, they're just up there. I could be wrong again. But I have that background. You can do your logo. I have somebody from my high school I know that his background is like his desktop background, like just the same image. It could be whatever you want, but you're gonna add like a little bit of blur. I'll go through it. So let's just start, and then you're gonna have the text just like squiggle, and you can change the speeds. There's so many things you can do to customize it, but this is what I do, and I personally think it's just the simplest and cleanest. So, we're just going to pull up an image. I'll just use my logo, I guess. We'll just pull in the Punny FPS logo. Let's say I just wanted to do a title. Nothing crazy, just show it's my video, I guess. I don't know. Like if it was a video that was going to hit the algorithm and blow up, no one knows who you are. You just want to get your logo out there, and then a title to explain what the video is. So I'm going to extend it out a little bit. Then you're going to want to obviously do a text box. So text box, and let's just say, I'll just do Wavy Text tutorial. You're going to just, I'll make this bigger because you don't really need that much of the sequence, I don't think. Yeah, you're not going to need anything other than the image and the text. Unless you want to add more, but I don't need to show any more. So, you're just going to, edit your text in whatever way. I'm going to turn it to the font that I like to use. Give it a shadow. I like to make a drop shadow and have it completely disconnected. So, it's like this. Then you have this nice separated a drop shadow. I don't know why this is here. Okay, and then just center it. You can change the text box size too. It really doesn't matter because the actual way to make it wavy is just an effect on its own. So I like to be in the editing because it takes forever to swap between assembly and editing. So now I've just gotten used to always editing in the editing panel, and then I have the effects down here. I don't have to keep swapping. I think really only graphics would be the thing you have to swap to, which I don't use anymore. But then you can just type in warp, and it should bring up wave warp in the video effects, then distort. Just gonna drag that onto your text, and as you can see, I extend it out a little bit more, and I don't think it doesn't do keyframes, so that's one nice thing. It's not like some presets you can download where it's just a bunch of keyframes and then you have to tweak it in a lot more complicated ways. But this gives it more of like a watery effect, in my opinion. Like, it looks more... It doesn't look like something you'd want to use on text because of how distorted it is. It's not just a clean up and down movement. It's also this weird sideways stuff. So to fix that, you can do wave height as... I think it's 5. And then it makes it just a little bit smoother and slower and not as wild as the 10 does. And I mean, this looks good. Like, if you want it to be really liquidy, I guess would be a way to say, then this is fine. But I like to do, I think it's 100. And there, it's a perfect, the word is wavy, not necessarily the letters themselves. So this makes it just really clean, really simplistic compared to the crazy, every letter's rippling and morphing and doing all this weird movement. And this is literally just, it just makes it so the word is wavy, which I really like personally, because each letter is moving up and down. And, you know, maybe we could even do wave width. Let's see what happens if we do 0. So if 0, it's this weird thing where it's just the text moving up and down. And I guess the way the warp works is it splits the text. So as you can see these lines, I guess it just splits into lines. And that's how it moves. But without the width, then you're just making it go up and down. Where if you do, say, let's go to the other extreme and do 1,000. That's actually kind of cool, but I would prefer each word to be moving on their own. But this doesn't actually look that bad. So there's a lot of ways you can tweak it. That actually, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of gets, if you go up a lot, it looks kind of nice. I don't think I'm gonna switch. And then obviously you can add music and stuff to the background. I don't remember what the YouTuber C-Scoop's intros really look like anymore. But I think he used to have a type of wavy thing, which is where I originally got the idea. I saw a tutorial of how to make like a Call Me Carson intro. And so then I was like, oh, that looks nice. And I used the music from it, which is, I think, like a Paper Mario remix or some type of Mario game music remix. So there's a lot of royalty-free music you can add in, or just copyright-free stuff. But the tutorial had like the text being like angled and zooming in, and it was just, I didn't want to copy it directly, and I was like, oh, the wavy text actually looks really nice, and it's unique. Like it's a simple edit. It's literally just an effect that you control, and you can just have it however you want. But yeah, so this phase thing I think is like its built-in keyframe. I don't really know. It's just going through the cycles, and you probably use it for keyframing for some reason if you want. Anti-aliasing, I don't know. But the wave speed is something I've also tweaked a little bit. So I've done 0.5. And for some reason, there was a time, I can't remember, I switched it up. So normally my titles are what I do with my intros. It's about a word or two, maybe 3 or 4. It's nothing crazy. It's like this. It's very few words. And I guess I switched it up for a different channel, and I had a really long title. And so when I did the speed of just 1, it was moving too fast and it felt hard to read. So then I swapped it down to 8.5. And so the 0.5 could also be good. I like them both. I think the 0.5 looks really clean. At the same time, it's a little too slow. Oh, not 10. Yeah, definitely not 10. Anything higher than like a 5 is probably just not good. Yeah, so I usually do a 1, and it's the right speed in my opinion. Maybe like a 0.75 could be really good. Or 0.8. So it's a really clean tutorial that I'm glad I do now. It's a little tedious to open the thing and constantly change the text and export and all this stuff, because the way I have it is I have the background actually moves, which is something you can add on. But I've been trying to find like downloads to use that move images that you can have instead of having to manually do the keyframes. Like I would have to, not the text, but the background. I'd have to like do that keyframe, do that keyframe, do that keyframe, do that keyframe, and it was just really complicated, and I would not want to do it again. Shoot. So yeah, there's so many different things you can add to it, but if you just want the text, or you just want to know how to do the text, it's really simple. It really just comes down to tweaking these things and finding it in the effects. So hope this helped. Again, I don't know what channel I'm posting this on. Maybe multiple. I don't know. This is the tutorial of the wavy text effect and how I use it for my tutorials. Or not tutorials, how I use it for my intros. Yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.